Good morning, everyone. We spent the weekend in Beaufort. Today, we're going to head offshore from Beaufort to Florida. That's our goal, and we're preparing and getting ready for the high seas.
Getting out of here, though, is going to be a challenge. The water's gone down incredibly. You can see land over there, which was all water. So we're going to follow our track, how we came in here, very carefully, and hope for the best. Radio the bridge very soon and find out when their next opening is, and get ourselves underway.
So it's gonna take us roughly 3 days to get to Florida. I believe Jacksonville. We're gonna jump Savannah. Ladies Island Bridge. This is it.
The one that gave us a tough time on Christmas Eve, but a new worker there this morning, much more pleasant to deal with.
It's Sunday today, and it opens on request, which is good. We don't have to wait for an hour or an hour and a half. Well, we just crossed Ladies Island Bridge. It was way more pleasant.
We're on our way to the ocean. We took the sail out, the head sail, and we just jumped from like 4.2 knots to 5.2 knots. We're still in the ICW, but it's a pretty big river, you can see here. Big body of water, and that is going to an even bigger body of water here, which is going to take us into the ocean. And once we get a few miles offshore, we're going to cut across and head straight towards Cape Canaveral. Hopefully get there in a couple of days.
More buoys over there. So we got offshore, so we're gonna take the turn all the way to Florida. Now we're gonna start going with the wind. No engine. But we're moving 4.3, 4.4.
Yeah, we got to get turned in between those two markers though. See if we can get ourselves turned that way with the sails out. Maybe I should bring that head sail in.
Gotta turn it back on because the wind died.
There's not enough wind to get us to those next two markers on that direction.
We're experiencing massive waves in here. Sometimes the boat goes up and down like crazy. I don't know if you can see that. The bow going up and down like.
There's a very high freeboard, a very high bow, and our anchor is getting splashed good.
That's pretty high.
Yeah.
Look at it, look at it. It goes up and down. Up. We just turned off the engine and we're doing 3.7 to 4 knots, which is okay.
We're moving pretty good right now.
Ow.
23 knots of wind. Mary's trying to catch a little nap over here. I just changed the direction of the boat about 5 degrees so that we actually slow down a bit and heel less, but we're going more in the direction that we want to go. So you can see we're not heeling too much now. So 5 minutes ago, we were heeling quite a bit. But it's a beautiful day. There's big waves. Barely make out some shore, and about half an hour ago when I checked, I could still use my internet on my phone to make so this far. But here we are in the Atlantic Ocean on our way to Florida. The sun's getting low on the horizon, so for the first time we'll be sailing this at nighttime and do attack before long, because we're going more into the Atlantic Ocean than I'd hoped for, but that's the wind direction we were given, not the one that was forecasted. Alright, it's our first time doing attack.
What a beautiful sunset in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
That speed is right on our line. I don't remember that being directly in our line when we first left.
Yeah, we're doing 7 knots.
Yeah, we had that up to like 7.5 knots, but it was we're heeling a bit, and in the pitch dark open ocean, didn't really want to be heeling over like that. So I sheeted off the Genoa and the main and stood us up a bit better, but we're still doing like 6.8 knots. With the current against us, we're only doing 5.2 or 5.3, but still over the water. That's how fast we're going.
We're flying.
For a big, heavy open water boat, this boat flies. So we're just trying to keep warm and out of the wind, keep the boat upright. Still doing 7 knots even after I sheeted out both the sails. It was gusting up to 19, and that's when we started like to lead it over. Good morning. This is our first sunrise on our boat. We're off the coast of probably Florida now, maybe just the end of Georgia. It was an uneventful night for the most part, thank God. We didn't want any events. Interesting things would be Navy towers that just show up as a yellow tiny little dot on the map are really a great big structure with no lights on, and we just happened to see it, a shadow going by in the moonlight.
So close to
off
us.
port side. I'm like, what the heck is that? You could so easily just run right into it because you wouldn't see it going straight at it. I only saw it because the moonlight was on it, unless you had a giant spotlight on your boat. So something to be very cautious of. Search the map and put your own cautionaries on those things like we did now. It just shows up as a tiny little yellow dot saying Navy Tower. Didn't exactly know what to expect, but yeah, it was a big black structure, like big. It was so dark, all I saw was a big shadow going by, and like after that you're really on your toes. If I didn't see that, we could run right into something like that and not even see it until we're in it. So thank God nothing like that happened. But the sun's coming up. It was a really long night because it's dark for like 14 hours. We have more dark than daylight, but we made it through. Took turns taking little naps and started to feel a little bit awake as the sun's coming up.
It's not our first sunrise on the boat. It's actually our first sunrise on the moving boat. Yeah, us sailing 20 hours of just the sails up, and that is amazing that we didn't have to use the engine. Second day going offshore from Beaufort to Cape Canaveral, Florida. The wind died completely and we were doing 2 knots. Mike just fixed the sails and right now we're doing 3.2 knots. I hope it stays like that for a little while so we can get there tomorrow. That's the aim. Unfortunately, we had to turn the engine because the wind died. It's now on our nose and the mainsail is flapping. So Mike is taking it down so we can just have the mizzen and the mainsail up. We're still doing 7 knots. Yeah, we're gonna get there hopefully before after lunch tomorrow. And if the wind picks up, even better. We can turn the engine off again. I love the engine being off for the longest time.
We had 2 full days and a night already, and we're still going to be doing another night. So it'll be 2 full days, 2 full nights. We're just getting tired. It's the first overnight. Need a real sleep.
So hopefully tomorrow is gonna be the day for us. Rest.
Keep the bowl up nice and neat.
Beautiful sunset. It's already 4:41 p.m. So this is gonna be our second night and last night for now, because I know that I wonder why people sometimes motor sail.
Sometimes you just don't want to spend an extra night.
This has been a hell of a trip, but it's totally worth it. Hello everyone, it's 11:45 and the engine decided to steam the ship out of itself. So now we're gonna try to find out what happened. Hopefully it's a simple fix because we don't see the issue yet, but it smells like kind of burnt coolant or hot coolant. Keep tuned.
Well, we are out in the Atlantic Ocean and I was taking a nap. Third time I took a nap. Every time I wake up, it's kind of a disaster to me. First time I woke up, I just didn't know where I was. and I was like woke up with confusion. The second time I woke up, I didn't know what was going on. Mario wakes me up and hands me the microphone to the radio and is trying to tell me what to tell somebody. I don't even know where we are. In my head, I'm thinking, by a quick look at the chart, was like, are we anchoring or something? Who's she talking to? And apparently somebody who was near us on the AIS just kind of vanished, and then they contacted us, and she didn't know what to say, so she woke me up, gave me the microphone, and I had no idea what was going on.
But it was because AIS said that boat was so close to us. It freaked me out.
It showed their boat was like on top of our boat, and then all of a sudden they called us to see, where we are, because they don't see us. It's nighttime and we're out in the middle Atlantic Ocean. We looked and we didn't see them at all. No lights, no nothing. So it was a false call, but I woke up having no idea what was going on. Now the third time, finally got back to sleep, and I wake up because it looked like smoke coming out of our companionway, which is a big no-no. Yeah, now we're trying to find out what happened to the engine. My coolant reservoir is empty, and it wasn't smoke, it was steam. I think it might be evaporated coolant water mixture that just turned into a cloud of vapor. So it's aired out now, and I'm trying to wipe things down a little bit and get some coolant back in there. If it's cool enough, I'm going to try and put some inside the top of the hose, the cap there, get some coolant in it, and I'm probably going to have to start the engine to see where the leak is coming from. It kind of looks like it's coming up by our heat exchanger right here. I'm hoping that it's something as simple as a loose hose clamp, because that's the highest point that is wet, is up by this boot right at the top going into the end of the clamp. That is raw water though, so this is coolant on this elbow is coolant, and that's a new elbow I put on. Doesn't look very wet around there though. So there's a hose right here. Now it's real obvious that I see it. So I already cut and shortened that hose because it was cracked. I'm going to have to cut and shorten it again. Definitely going to have to replace that hose very, very soon. That one runs to our hot water tank.
Okay, we found the issue. My heart is still beating. I think I need an Alka-Seltzer. Ooh, this is the piece. They got cut and trapped in there.
Not a lot of hose left here to keep doing this.
I thought for some reason we had more hose in there. It's gonna be a quick fix, and soon we're gonna have to change the hose because it's getting shortened and shortened.
Thoughts by Michael. Don't need the fire extinguisher. What an added bonus to find the problem, fix the problem in like 5 minutes flat. Mary helped me clean up, so that's usually half the trouble, is just putting all the tools back away. We are literally floating in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
And I don't know, maybe we're going back because I saw the boat facing that way.
We've been motoring towards shore for about 6 hours and we still don't see any shore. So we are pretty far out. It's day 3 for motor sailing, and about 25 miles offshore of Daytona Beach, so we're getting closer. I don't know. Engine issue last night, got wrapped up real easy. Gotta be quiet because Mary's sleeping. The beauty queen needs her beauty, and we just took out a fishing pole. I don't know anything about fishing in the ocean, so put some kind of like wood plug type of lure on. It's white in the back and red in the front. 300 feet of line now. It still doesn't really want to go underwater. It keeps popping up. So if you got some fishing tips for me, that would be awesome. Stay tuned.
Good morning, everyone. So we just had our tea and coffee. This is our third day on our way to Cape Canaveral, Florida from Norfolk. Last night, as you saw, we had an issue with the engine. It was quickly resolved. Now the Navionics says we're gonna get there in 6 hours and 37 minutes. We just got 45 nautical miles to get there.
Yeah, I'm missing my sunglasses, and they had a safety leash around my neck, so I have no idea where they went. They're brand new, really nice sunglasses.
And they just disappeared.
Yeah,
Weird.
not the ones that are on my face. I know those are there. But my other pair are missing, and we never left the boat.
They're just gone.
I put them in here every time I take them off, and then in the morning they weren't there. That's what happens when you don't sleep. Don't know what you're doing.
So people, have your sleeps. Mike finally was able to fall asleep last night, right before our engine broke. And he was able to solve that issue very quick. High five, Mike.
And go back.
And go back to sleep till 6 o'clock in the morning. So I was on the watch the whole time. But yeah, I slept till, I think I slept till 4 or something like that.
We're outside of Cape Canaveral right now, and it is the most beautiful day we have seen since we've left Canada. It's so warm and sunny. The ocean now is glossy flat. There's still 8 knots of wind on the nose, but part of that's caused by us motoring forward. Mary, feeling all right over there? We're just waiting, or getting in line to go inside the channel or the inlet in Cape Canaveral. We're thinking of staying for a few weeks to a month here to do some prep work for Bahamas, but after reading on the prices of some of those places, I don't think that's very feasible. We're going to continue down south and look for a more reasonable dock that we can spend some time on, but not skipping too far ahead to give everything away and leaving you no reason to watch our videos. NASA right there. I don't know what you can see on the cameras, but there's what I think are big like dome telescopes or something, big white round things, and all these towers. Oh, dolphin right there. You saw that. I hope you saw that. Dolphins and rockets and space shuttles. What a cool place. Not a lot of traffic yet. A couple big ships left just before we got here. We're just listening to somebody's distress call on the radio. We'll show you some of Cape Canaveral as we are entering.
Oh, look, I can see it under the water. Oh my god, this is a giant one. Beautiful. Wow. Yeah. It feels so good to finally take your jacket off, your toque off, your sweater off. How does it feel, Mike?
Nice and warm.
Woo, so warm.
Flat water.
Ah, so beautiful. Hi, Florida. We just got here. Oh, we're just seeing a big old cruise ship leaving Port Canaveral. It's a very narrow channel, and we're gonna be along with a big cruise ship. Oh my gosh. People, we just made it to Port Canaveral. These are the cruise ship's docks, and it looks like a very busy place to be. Like, it smells delicious in here. It smells like food, and it is a beautiful evening. We're just approaching the bridge that's gonna be opening soon for us. Yeah, we're going through a bridge first. We just requested the opening, and then we're gonna go through a lock. How nice that looks. Oh my gosh. Baby! There's so much life in here. We made it to Port Canaveral. There's so many boats around and none of them have the anchor light. Not even half of them. There's like, what, 8 boats in here without anchor light? People, turn your anchor lights. Oh my god, is that a crab pot? You gotta be kidding me. What's that? A mooring boat? That's not possible. A crab pot right beside us and we never saw it. There's a lot of boats anchored. Look, none of them have lights. We're so glad you stayed till the end. This passage was so epic, we cannot even describe it. Broken engine, beautiful weather, awesome dolphin encounter. We can't ask for more. Life is so great and we're so glad to share the experience with you. This adventure just gets better and better. Please like, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Thank you so much for watching and see you next week.